Hello my friends, I am G Hondo and welcome back to our Let's Play of Aurora. This is episode 19. During episode 18 we had a little bit of trouble with our digger, the Atlanta. So I sent it home to Earth kind of as a punishment, but we'll get working on that in a little bit. Between episodes I did a fair bit of cleanup, and you'll see that there's a whole lot less. There's still more than I'd like there to be, but there's a whole lot less entries here. I got rid of all of the mining colony, mining destinations that we hadn't actually started on yet. I also went through and put in orders to push all of the extra mines and mass drivers and all that back to Earth. I just gave them a huge order of demand, so however many there are, they'll get to it eventually. So once those are finally done, then I'll be able to remove the actual colonies, but for now, I'm stuck with them because I don't want to lose them. If I abandon them, then all these mines are simply lost, and that's a huge, huge waste, so we're not going to do that. Anyway, so we are sticking with the mining ship idea once I get it to actually cooperate, and in terms of fuel, we have, of course, have the gas pump, which is working just fine, so things are looking pretty good there. So let us go and talk to that Atlanta again and see if we can't get it to actually cooperate with us a little bit. So it's refueled, all the clocks are back to zero, morale is good. So as far as I'm concerned, it is ready to find the nearest mineral point. I'm going to let it have that order for exactly one tick here, ticking this off, just to see where it chooses to go. And then I'm going to take that default off and do it manually. So it wants to go to Van Beesbrook, or whatever that is called, which will be an asteroid, I'm sure. Or is that a comet? It's apparently a comet. Okay, that's fine. So it will move to there, and once it gets there, then we'll pick up new orders for it. It should arrive there in about 13 days, so actually what I should do, I guess, is system map on it so that we can see it and we can plot its course out a little bit. I'll have to zoom out, of course, to do that. Tick ahead a few days here, let it get going. Okay. Now it should be, by all rights, very close to there. In fact, it is there. Right? If I zoom back in now that we're free. Yes. So we have arrived at the mighty Van Beesbrook, or whatever it is called. Make that the focus. Let's check the minerals. We can just do body info, I guess. Yeah, so it's a comet, just a wee little guy, but that's fine. Let us now check minerals for it. Oops, I just had it. Alright, so there's a fair bit here, and it's not too difficult to get at most of this stuff. There's not a whole lot of it, of course, because it is just a little comet, but I see no reason whatsoever that we should not be able to take care of this. So, comets. And these. Load all. Add move. And keep doing that until it is empty. Now let's see if it will actually work. So it was giving me a lot of trouble with this. I wonder if we can't do comets. Are they just too fast? Let's try finding a nice asteroid instead of a comet. I have a theory that maybe that's the problem. So let's just find a nice asteroid. Doesn't terribly matter which one. You'll do. Well, maybe that's not such a good one to use as a sample. Okay. Let's try to find something a little bit better. Let's take a zoom out here and see if we can find something a little bit closer. Alright, let's see if we can find one of these in the asteroids list. Now, this will be partially off the screen for a second. I'm sorry for that. Help if I was looking at the right ship, too. That would help. Anyway. Alright, so none of those look like the one I'm looking at. Let's try the ones under E. These might also all just be comets. Why don't I take comets off? Can I take comets off? I should be allowed to move comets off. Well, these are apparently asteroids. I should have just looked there in the first place. That would have been so much easier. Anyway. It would be really nice if these were sorted in some way that makes something approaching sense to me. What would also help is if I could actually read this font. That would also help a lot. Anyway. Okay, I think that's it there. And if I'm right, then this should be, yeah, relatively short order. Okay. Now maybe we'll get somewhere. So we'll jump ahead a couple of days here. And it should pause because it's finished its orders. Right. Okay. Now let's try to actually do this properly for a change. I also really don't like that it keeps ticking this off. Anyway. There has to be an easier way to get this list to sort. Rather than jumping through all these again and again and again. But anyway. Load all, add move, cycle, and hopefully this actually does something this time. No, you really don't want to do that. I really don't know why that is. The whole point of this ship is it's an asteroid miner, which in turn means I expect it to, here's an idea, mine asteroids. See, this is your job, sir. Anyway. Alright, so what am I missing? It's not damaged. We don't have to do any of that silliness. I really hope it's not just something silly like it's got to be set to, you know, extended orbit versus standard orbit or something really dumb like that. That would really annoy me. But it certainly could be, and I also don't like that it then kicks you out of that list once I did finally find this stupid thing. Alright. Move there. Go into an extended orbit. That should only take you a moment or two. Fine. You're there, right? Yes. Okay. Then. See, this should really be the easy part. This should not be the hard part of this game. Anyway. Alright, you're here. Your cargo space is completely fine. You've got tons of space, in fact, because you don't have anything on you. Fine. No idea. We'll ignore that. Okay. So, all things being equal, we're going to load. Let's try just telling it to just repeat a couple times, see if that's any better. No. Okay. Okay. Could it be that it needs more time to dig? Should I be doing 30-day jumps? Well, no, because it's still just going to go a single day and then realize that there's a problem. So that's not it. I have no idea, and I'm getting kind of upset about it, to be honest, because there's no reason that this should be giving me so much trouble. I have dug out minerals before. That is a thing that we can do. Because that's something I've done before, and it was just fine. Well, it's got orders for unload, which means it thinks that these are going to work. Ah. We do have asteroids on. So what is so challenging for you that you can't figure this out? There's certainly a lot of them. Okay, do I actually have to have this think it's a colony? Is that the problem? Because I know the last time I did this it was, although that was completely incidental. But could that be the problem? If nothing else, it'll make it easier to find it in the list, but anyway. Load all, add, repeat a couple of times. Okay, let's try that. So it's jumping ahead 30 minutes and then admitting that it's failing. And you're saying there's nothing there. Unless I'm not looking at the right one, but that certainly does look like the right one. Well, that would be a good reason not to have anything actually arrive, but okay. Alright. Alright. Okay. So be it. Should not have had to fight with this thing for this long, but anyway. Okay. Remove all that. Okay. Okay, that's only about 9 days away. It said that I don't know for sure if it's got any minerals. This is a brutal way of doing this, and I don't like it one bit. Okay. Alright. Io has magnesium. I'm just going to take that as my sample. Io has magnesium. I don't even want magnesium, I just want to prove this silly thing can work. That's a moon. Move there. Do so now. Ah, this really should be the easy part. I haven't even fought any aliens yet. This should be the easy part, just simple mining. Anyway, okay. So now you're at Io. I do not currently have that marked as a colony. So let's see if that makes any difference whatsoever. Load all, add, cycle, do so now. 1 day increment. No. You're not happy, you don't want to do it. Fine. Io. You are now a colony. Io. Yes, Io has stuff. Okay. So Io, let's go to move there, which should take you all of about 2 seconds. Fine. Okay. So far, so good. Okay. At Io. Load all. Cycle. Do so now. Instantly stopped. Ah, yeah. You're not showing anything orbiting. Does it have to be an extended orbit? Io. Fine. Do an extend orbit then. That should not take very long at all. Fine. You're still showing no sign of actually mining. Okay. Let's just try having you sit with no orders for a couple of days, see if that makes any difference. Maybe this thing needs time to grind some of that material out before it can start trying to load it. This is purely a guess, I really don't know. Okay, so you've had a few days now. Your holds are still completely empty. Io is showing no sign of having mined anything. Ugh, I'm not understanding what's going on here. The saddest part is I know this is going to be something simple. Whatever it is I'm missing, it's something very simple. I'm sure of it. I just don't know what that simple little thing is. It won't be a combat thing, so it won't have anything to do with that. It's nothing to do with ordnance. I don't really care who's in command. Okay, so you do at least recognize you're at the colony because you're recognizing that they have no fuel there. That's fine. That's just fuel and maintenance. None of these things matter. You have no teams there. You have no cargo, which is entirely the problem. You're not damaged. Your armor's fine. Okay. So as far as I can tell, everything here is fine. Okay. There's nothing here about actually mining. Yeah, there's nothing here about mining or anything, so that's just organization. That's who's in charge. Don't particularly care. No idea. But that really shouldn't matter for what we're doing. None of this should matter for what we're doing. Yeah, you just absolutely refuse to mine. Oh, I do not. I do not like this one bit. Okay, at least we haven't lost any time there or anything. So nothing to do with terraforming. None of this matters, because we're not really going to colonize this. We don't have that there. This is irrelevant because we're not actually going to live here. So this is the only screen that should matter, and it should be showing me an orbital capacity. I don't have another ship nearby. Well, what I can do, let's try and prove that my theory there is right. I'm going to send this back to Earth to refuel. And then I'm going to have it just sit there in extended orbit and see if that makes any difference whatsoever. So that should be that it's arrived. Yes, it has. Okay. So now, when we look at Earth, well, it doesn't show up there either. So maybe that doesn't actually show an orbital one like it does for terraforming. This is what I was looking for, something like this, but for the mining side. But maybe that doesn't actually ever show that. Okay, that's fine. But anyway, since you are at Earth, you should, by all rights, be able to help Earth do its mining. I don't want to obviously actually load anything because it'll take it away from there. Ugh. That is very, very, very strange. Well, as much as I hate to put a cut in where I don't feel like we've really done anything this episode, I think I'm going to have to. So I'll figure out what's happening with this thing. Yeah, I guess that's all I really can do, because I have absolutely no idea what's wrong with it. So we lost a little bit of time fighting with it, but we haven't lost any research time or anything. Like, everything else is still functioning normally, so we've not lost any progress, we just haven't actually gained anything for this episode. But anyway, until next time, folks, stay calm, and I hope you'll come and chill with me again in the next episode. Thanks for watching. Bye now.